A very good morning, dear students. Today we will discuss the topic methods for determining configuration of geometrical isomers. There are so many methods to determine the configuration of geometrical isomers, but there is no specific method for all the geometrical isomers. So we will discuss the methods. First method is the method of cyclization. In cyclization, the point to remember is that intramolecular reactions will occur very easily when the reacting groups are closer to each other. For example, this is malic acid. This is malic acid. Here, on gentle heating, the anhydride is formed. Malic anhydride is formed on gentle heating. But in the case of fumaric acid, trans isomer. Malic acid is a cis isomer. On gentle conditions, malic acid can be converted into malic anhydride. But in the case of fumaric acid, it's a trans isomer. Vigorous conditions are required for converting it into its anhydride because the reacting groups are not closer to each other in trans isomer. Method of cyclization. In method of cyclization, the point to remember is that intramolecular reactions will occur when the reacting groups are closer to each other. For example, malic acid is a cis isomer. Here the reacting groups, carboxylic groups are closer. So gentle conditions are enough for converting it into its anhydride. But in the case of fumaric acid, vigorous conditions are required to convert fumaric acid into its anhydride. So by that difference we can determine the configuration of some geometrical isomers. That is the first method. Then second method is converting isomers, that is geometrical isomers, into non-configuration. The second method is that converting the unknown, the configuration is unknown, converting the isomers into compounds of non-configuration. Compounds of non-configuration. For example, this is trichlorocrotonic acid. Trichlorocrotonic acid. In trichlorocrotonic acid, we know that this is cis variety, this is trans variety. So, assuming that we don't know the configuration of this trichlorocrotonic acid, we don't know the configuration. On hydrolysis, if there is no reaction, it is a cis isomer. On hydrolysis, if it yields this is fumaric acid. We know the configuration of fumaric acid. That is, fumaric acid is trans. So we will assume there is no isomerization during this reaction, as well as we will assume the configuration of reactant is similar to the configuration of product. See, we know the configuration of the product. Fumaric acid is trans. So we are assuming the configuration of reactant is also trans. See, here there is no reaction in hydrolysis. Then by reducing or reduction, trans variety will give, trans isomer will give crotonic acid, which is a trans isomer. So we will assume the reactant is trans. On reduction, trichlorocrotonic acid, if it is cis, will produce isocrotonic acid. Isocrotonic acid. So the second method is converting the compound into a compound of non-configuration, and we will assume there is no isomerization between these reactions, and we also will assume the configuration of product is similar to the configuration of reactant. For example, trichlorocrotonic acid, on hydrolysis, if it yields fumaric acid, we can assume the configuration of the starting material is trans. If there is no reaction, we will assume the starting material is cis. On reduction, this trichlorocrotonic acid, if it produces crotonic acid, we will assume the configuration of starting material is trans. On reduction, if it yields isocrotonic acid, we will assume the starting material is cis. So this is second method for determining the configuration of geometrical isomers. Then third method is converting it into less symmetric compounds. Geometrical isomers can be converted into compounds of less symmetric. So for example, this is 2,5-dimethyl 2,5-dimethyl cyclopentane 1,1-dicarboxylic acid. This is cis isomer. This is isomer, and then we will write trans isomer. This is the trans isomer. On decarboxylation, the cis isomer will yield cis isomer will produce by converting this compound into a less symmetric compound by decarboxylation. Cis isomer will produce two geometrical isomers, but in the case of trans isomer, it will produce only one isomer. So by considering the number of geometrical isomers produced, we can assume the configuration of starting material. So by converting the compounds into the geometrical isomers into less symmetrical compounds, we can determine the configuration. For example, 2,5-dichlorocyclopentane 1,1-dicarboxylic acid. On decarboxylation, if it's cis isomer, two geometrical isomers are produced. In the case of trans isomer of 2,5-dimethyl cyclopentane 1,1-dicarboxylic acid, 1,1-dicarboxylic acid, it will produce only one isomer. With this, we can determine the configuration of some geometrical isomers. This is the third method. Then fourth one is optical activity. Optical activity. Some of the geometrical isomers will produce optical activity, or they will possess optical activity. For example, hexahydrophthalic acid. Hexahydrophthalic acid. Hexahydrophthalic acid, this is cis isomer of hexahydrophthalic acid, this is trans isomer of hexahydrophthalic acid. Here in the cis isomer, cis isomer possess plane of symmetry, and trans isomer possess optical activity. So with this, we can determine the configuration of geometrical isomer. We can resolve the trans isomer clearly because it possesses optical activity. So in some geometrical isomers, one of the isomer will possess optical activity, and with that we can determine the configuration. Generally, optical activity will be shown by the trans isomer. Then fifth one is dipole moment. By determining the dipole moment of the compound, we can determine the configuration of some geometrical isomer. For example, dichloroethylene, cis dichloroethylene. This is trans dichloroethylene. Cis dichloroethylene and trans dichloroethylene. The dipole moment for cis variety is 1.80, but it is in trans variety it is 0. Always the dipole moment of cis isomer will be higher than the trans isomer. With that, we can determine the configuration of some geometrical isomers. This is the fifth method. And next, sixth method is X-ray crystallographic method. X-ray crystallography. With that method, we can determine the configuration of geometrical isomers. For example, the trans nature of sorbic acid is identified by this X-ray crystallography. X-ray crystallography is another method to determine the configuration of geometrical isomers. Then the seventh method is spectroscopic methods. In spectroscopic method, first one, in UV visible spectroscopy, the lambda max, the absorption maximum, the wavelength at which absorption is maximum, that is lambda max. The lambda max will be higher for trans variety will be having higher lambda max than cis isomer. In spectroscopic method, particularly in UV visible spectroscopy, the lambda max will be higher for trans variety than cis isomer. Then in mass spectroscopy, the molecular ion peak will be stronger for trans isomer than cis isomer. In mass spectroscopy, the molecular ion peak will be stronger in trans isomer than cis isomer. And in NMR spectroscopy, the coupling constant will be different for different isomers. In NMR spectroscopy, the coupling constant will be different for different isomers. And in IR spectroscopy, the rotational frequency will be different for different isomers. With that, we can determine the configuration of different geometrical isomers. In UV visible spectroscopy, the lambda max will be higher for trans variety than the cis isomer. Then in mass spectroscopy, the molecular ion peak will be stronger for trans variety than the cis isomer. Coupling constant will be different when different isomers. That is in NMR spectroscopy. The rotational frequency in IR spectroscopy will be different for different isomers. So that with that spectroscopic methods, we can determine the configuration of geometrical isomers. Then the next method is physical constants, physical properties. Physical properties. Physical properties in that method, different physical properties will be generally higher for cis isomer than trans isomer. But in the case of melting point is higher for trans isomer. Melting point is higher for trans isomer than cis isomer. Melting point is higher for trans isomer than cis isomer. Almost all the physical properties, they are like solubility, density, then heat of combustion, heat of hydrogenation, dissociation constant for acid, then refractive index. Almost all the physical properties will be higher for cis isomer. Cis isomer is higher than trans isomer. So in physical properties, only melting point is higher for trans isomer than cis isomer. Almost all other physical properties, solubility, boiling point, density, heat of combustion, heat of hydrogenation, dissociation constant, refractive index, almost all the physical properties are higher for cis isomer than trans isomer, except this melting point. Melting point will be higher for trans isomer. Then next method is surface filling. See, long chain geometrical isomers. Long chain, for example, fatty acid, long chain fatty acids with a terminal group which is capable of dissolving in a solvent. Long chain geometrical isomers having an end group which is capable of dissolving in a solvent forms surface films. See, I'll tell once again. Long chain geometrical isomers having a terminal group which is capable of dissolving in a solvent will form surface films. In trans isomer, it will form closely packed film than cis isomer. See, in this method of surface films, see, long chain geometrical isomers having a terminal group which is capable of dissolving in a solvent will form surface films. trans isomers will form closely packed films, but cis isomer will not form closely packed films. So that is the difference, and by that we can determine the configuration of geometrical isomers. Okay, that is about surface films, and next method is solid solutions. Solid solutions. The solid solution means, I'll tell, see, this is fumaric acid. This is fumaric acid, and this is malic acid. Malic acid is cis variety, and fumaric acid is trans variety. Fumaric acid, malic acid, malic acid. So I am writing the corresponding saturated acid of this fumaric acid, CH2, CH2. This double bond is changed. The corresponding carboxylic acid is succinic acid. Corresponding saturated compound is succinic acid. Here succinic acid is having almost similar structure as fumaric acid. So compounds of similar shape will form solid solutions. The fumaric acid and malic acid are isomers. Here the corresponding saturated compound is succinic acid, and this succinic acid is having almost similar shape as fumaric acid. So fumaric acid and succinic acid will form solid solutions, but malic acid and fumaric acid will not form solid solutions. So by that we can determine the configuration of some geometrical isomers. Here the method of solid solutions, compounds of similar size and shape will form solid solutions. Here fumaric acid is having similar shape with its corresponding acid, that is succinic acid. So fumaric acid and succinic acid will form solid solution. Will form solid solution, but malic acid and succinic acid will not form solid solutions. By the formation of solid solution, we can assume the configuration of some geometrical isomers. These are some methods of determining configuration of geometrical isomers. I will discuss once again. See, first one is the method of cyclization. In method of cyclization, we have to remember that intramolecular react closer to each other. Then by converting isomers into non-configuration, here we will assume the configuration of product is similar to the configuration of reacting material or starting material. Then by converting the compound into the isomer into a less symmetrical compound, by converting into less symmetrical compound, cis isomer will produce more number of geometrical isomers than trans isomer. Then optical activity, some of the isomers will possess optical activity, and with that we can determine the configuration of geometrical isomers. And dipole moment, generally dipole moment will be higher for cis isomer than trans isomer. Then X-ray crystallography. X-ray crystallography is a method to determine the configuration of geometrical isomers. We have determined the configuration of forbic acid as trans by this method. And then spectroscopic methods. So in spectroscopic methods, lambda max will be in UV visible spectroscopy. The lambda max will be higher for trans isomer than cis isomer, and in mass spectroscopy, the molecular ion peak will be stronger for trans variety than cis isomer. And then again, in NMR spectroscopy, the coupling constants will be different for different isomers. In IR spectroscopy, the rotational frequency will be different for different isomers. Then coming to the next point, physical properties. Physical properties. Melting point is higher for trans isomers, but almost all other physical properties like boiling point, solubility, density, heat of combustion, heat of hydrogenation, refractive index, similar, all the physical properties are higher for cis isomer than trans isomer, except melting point. Melting point is higher for trans isomer. The next method is surface films. Long chain geometrical isomers having a terminal group capable of dissolving in a solvent will form surface film. And if the surface film is densely packed, it is trans. If it is loosely packed, it is cis isomer. With that, we can determine the configuration of geometrical isomer. Then, or another one method is solid solutions. See, compounds of similar shape will tend to form solid solutions. Here, in the case of malic acid and fumaric acid, its corresponding acid is succinic acid. Succinic acid is having similar shape to fumaric acid. So, fumaric acid and succinic acid will form solid solution, but malic acid and succinic acid will not form solid solution. So, these are some methods to determine the configuration of geometrical isomers. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Hope you all understood the topic. Thank you.